What's going on, everybody? Serial Entrepreneur here, and in this video we're going to quickly talk more about pricing for your digital marketing agency services. You guys keep having questions, so I keep providing answers. Here we go. Alright guys, so like I said in the intro, we're going to talk about pricing again. So let me just go ahead and clarify some things really quickly that a lot of people get wrong. Alright, stop undervaluing your service. People go out there and they try to give away free shit and they try to do stuff for like $400, $500. You guys are undervaluing yourself. You're undervaluing your service, thus making it harder for you to grow your agency. If you go out there and you just succumb to every customer because they're like, oh, we can't afford it. If they can't afford it, then you can't work with them. That's how this works. If they can't do a minimum of 1,000, you do not need to work with them. There is a proven system to this, okay? If you start taking clients at less than $1,000 a piece, it's going to make it very difficult for you to be able to afford the cost for you to operate, the softwares, plus the ability to pay yourself or pay others to work with you so that way you can outsource it to free up your own time, right? That's the whole point behind this. So if you're only going to charge $500 and you're going to do the same thing that I'm doing for $1,000, do you think you're going to last? Yes, you may be able to pick up more business, but you're going to do 10 times the amount of work and make less money doing it. So just trust me, guys, when I say you want to start at least $1,000 per month per customer, and that's just management. That doesn't include any ad spend or anything like that, okay? So just some quick notes. What I stick to, and you guys have heard me teach this, I stick to about $1,000, a $2,500, and a $5,000 package. So what does this mean? It doesn't mean that at the $1,000 package, you get Facebook, you get Instagram, you get email, you get website. At the $2,500, you get Facebook, you get Instagram, you get email, you get website, you get SEO. At the $5,000, you get Facebook, you get Instagram, you get email, you get website, you get SEO, and you get pay-per-click. That's not how this works, okay? Yes, you do add more services on, but there is no template to it. Every package that you create should be completely customized to fit each business. So if you're going in and trying to sell for like attorneys, they do really well with pay-per-click, but with pay-per-click campaigns because people go directly to a search engine to find relevant attorneys to whatever they're trying to find an attorney for. So you guys have to understand what works best for what niche or what industry. Attorneys don't do as well with generating leads from Facebook as they would from Google search. Okay, so you need to know this, and that's how you develop the actual plan. So just say, for instance, you wanted to do pay-per-click for a real estate agent, but they only have $1,000 to spend. Well, you could look at it and you could really go two ways. You could take that $1,000 and you can try and do some email remarketing for them. You could do some social media posts, or you could just take that whole $1,000 and you could put it into pay-per-click ad budget. And that's it. You could just run pay-per-click ads for them. Granted, you won't make a ton of money off of that, but you have to do what's best for the customer. If you're able to get them leads, they'll pay you more, okay? Sometimes it makes sense to take on a customer, make the bare minimum. You're still charging what you should be charging, but you're making the bare minimum just because of the type of service it is, so that way you can get results and scale their marketing budget. That's what you're really trying to do. You're trying to scale their budget. You're trying to build upon their budget. So to do that, you have to get them some results. So that means working with the best possible package for their business, not just whatever's going to make you the most money, okay? So now let's get into a little bit of the actual pricing talk, just really quickly here. So if you guys want, before we jump into this, we're going to go, basically you're going to see me following the blog article that we put together. If you want to check out the blog article, just go here at serialentrepreneur.academy. You can also find the link to the blog article in the description below. I recommend going there. The video's posted there and the article's there, so you can actually scroll and follow along the blog article as you play the video. That's kind of my recommendation. Makes it easier for everybody. But number one, first thing we're going to talk about is social media management, okay? Social media management is simple, okay? We're going to keep this video simple. It's a complete pricing guide. There's other pricing videos that I put together, so if you want even more information, you can go watch one of those videos. But it is this simple. You should seriously just keep it this simple. If you are going to do social media management, I recommend starting off at a minimum of $500 for that specific package, just for social media management, okay? I would recommend starting off at $500 and you manage either 2 or 3 platforms for them depending on what it is. So if it's YouTube and Facebook, you're probably only going to do 2. If it's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, you can do 3, right? You can even throw in Google Plus as a bonus, like if you wanted to, just for free, and give it some added value if you wanted. But you want to start at about $500, and then from there, as you increase by adding on platforms, how much you post a week, how much engagement you do, whether you're messaging people or if you're responding to comments, all of that says how much more work you're doing, so you would up the cost from there anyway. But you have a base price of about $500 that you want to charge just for that one service. All right, social media ads, all you really need to know, and this goes really for pay-per-click as well. For ad spend, all you want to do is, so if you do a $1,000 package, right, for a marketing client, or if you do a $2,500 marketing package, management package for a client, and they want to spend $750 in ads, that means if you have the $2,500 package, they're spending $750 on top of that. So that means they're spending $3,250, right? But here's the thing. You have to make money off of that ad spend. So here it's super easy, guys. Don't complicate this. I get people, they see this type of video, and I've done it before, and then they still ask me that they don't understand. Look, if you have a $1,000 package and they want to spend $750 on ad spend, great. That means $750 is their total spend, right? $1,000 on management, $750 on ad spend. But you have to make money on the ad spend, right? So you take a 20 to 30% management fee off of that ad spend. So if they do $750, we'll say at 20% just to keep it easy, 10% of 750 is $75, so 20% would be $150. $150 comes off of that $750 and goes into the management side of things, your management fee, okay? So basically, all that means is if you're charging $1,000 for management, $750 for ad spend, $150 comes off that $750, making it $600 that actually is spent on ads, and then you keep $1,150 your company money for management fees, right? That's for the social media management, the ad spend management, all of that. Does that make sense? It's not complicated. Do the math there. $1,150 plus $600 is what? $1,750. That is $1,000 in management, $750 in ad spend minus your $150 ad management fee. Not complicated. Don't overcomplicate it. Another thing is I don't recommend spending it unless they're going to do at least $300 ad spends. That's just me. Email marketing, super simple. For this, you're just going to start off with a base rate. It depends on what you're doing. If you're doing like consultation, like say you do the $1,000 base rate package and you're going to manage 3 social media platforms for them. You're going to consult them on email marketing and you're going to consult them on web marketing, right? That means for consulting email marketing, I'd probably do about $250 to $300 a month. But if you're going to start managing it, the base rate I would charge is about another $500. I just keep it simple, $500 for a month, and then you create your packages. You know, whether you want to do 4 emails a week or 3 emails a week, whether that will be, you know, no regular campaigns, but you're going to build automations for them. You have to get specific with it. Think about the different types of email marketing. There's campaigns or blog updates, newsletters, and then there's automations. Those are 2 separate types of like email marketing content. All right. Determine what you're going to do, how much of each, and then boom, that's $500 worth of money. All right. And then work up from there as you add on more services. That's it. SEO, same thing. Start off at $500. So if it makes sense for the business and it makes sense for their marketing plan, add it to the marketing plan. Charge $500 minimum to start doing that. That's just me. That's what I recommend charging. At least $500 a month for basic SEO. And you should be doing some on-site, some off-site SEO there. Pay-per-click is the last one, and that one is going to be basically running Google ads. Or it's not the last one, but it's running Google ads. It's the last of sweps. But you're going to run Google ads, and all you have to do is the same thing as Facebook. If you're going to do, say, $1,000 on pay-per-click ads, which is the minimum I recommend that somebody spend. If they're not going to spend $1,000, don't do Google ads. If they're going to spend $1,000 a month, though, you should take 20 to 30% off of that ad budget, which means if they spend $1,000, you take anywhere from $200 to $300, depending on your percentage, off of that customer's ad budget, and then you spend the $700 or $800 on pay-per-click ads or Google ads. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Like pricing for pay-per-click ads and for like Facebook ads, that's super simple. You just say, how much do you want to spend? You want to spend $10,000? Great. We take 20 to 30% management fee. You determine what that will be. So I usually charge about 20%. That beats out every large competitor out there. They usually charge about 25 to 30%. So me personally, I'm happy with making 20% right now. To undercut the competition gives me kind of a leg up on them. I'm able to tell my customer basically, yeah, we spend more on your actual marketing than the competitor does. Web development, and actually I guess it wasn't the last of sweps. Yeah, I have one more here. Web development is going to be the trickiest one for you to price. And we're just going to go ahead and say there is no way to price it. What I recommend you do when you get a web development project is find a project manager, someone in the Philippines or India, something like that. Get them to quote you a price on it, and then you have to mark up your site from there. Usually you're going to want to basically, if you get it made in like India or the Philippines, you'll basically double your price. So if they charge you $3,000, you're going to charge $6,000 for it. Because they're usually about half the cost of what it would cost to get it developed here in the US. Sometimes even less than half the cost. So a good range to look at, and if you're going to do these yourself, you save even that money and you can do it yourself. But if you're going to build a basic website yourself, say on like Wix or Weebly, whatever, I would start off at $1,000 and work your way up between there and $5,000. That's going to be just the average range for any 4 to maybe 8-page site at the most. And there shouldn't be any like, payment gateways. It shouldn't be for someone complicated like in insurance or financial industry, banking, anything like that. Anything with drugs or alcohol, that's always super complicated. So just be aware of the business you're working with, what type of site they're looking for, and make sure you're aware of the rules and regulations involved. Anytime it's a highly regulated industry, it's going to be a way more expensive website, because there's a lot you have to take into consideration. But outside of that, guys, I mean, a website could range anywhere from, like I said, $1,000 to $5,000 for a basic site. It can go up to $75,000, $100,000, $1 million, depending on the type of business. Uber's website and platform probably costs them about $750,000 to $1 million with all of the back-end data that they have to integrate. So there's a lot that goes on with websites. You need to be aware. And if you aren't a web developer, which I'm not even a web developer, I hire a project manager or someone that I know I can trust with web development to tell me, hey, what do I need here? How much is this going to cost you? Okay, cool. This is how much it's going to cost you. I'm going to mark it up this much, and that's how I make my profit. That simple. Last one is going to be creating content and videos. Basically, all you need to know is a blog article that you should charge for or should be charging for with customers. I have it in the blog article at $50. That's for that should be like a 250 word blog article, and that's not even a blog article really. The minimum I would recommend charging, at least, for like 1,000 or a 500 word blog article, would be about, $100 for that 500 words. I do about $200 for 1,000. 300, basically every 500 words is about $100 at least. And if it's really high quality, you include infographics, stuff like that, you can get away with $200 per 500 word article, or $200 per 500 words. Video content, what I'm going to tell you for video content is pretty simple. Go out there, look up the average rates for videographers. You can literally type that in on Google. You can Google search average videographer rates, and it will give you, a price chart of, low quality versus medium quality versus high quality. Then do the same thing for video editors. What is the average hourly rate for a video editor, a film editor? And then look that up. And then that should tell you about, what it will cost you. Then you basically, again, mark up your price from there. If you're doing it on Upwork and finding people in like India, to do the editing, at least it should usually be about, a third of the cost, if not, a quarter of the cost. So you can mark it up around 75% to 100%, or sorry, 300%, 2 to 300%, from whatever it costs you to get that video done. If you're doing it, if you're outsourcing it local in the States though, your video costs, or your actual filming or producing costs, is going to cost you a little bit more. So that's something you just have to take into consideration. Or you can just do like me, get a camera and shoot it all yourself. But that doesn't mean that you're going to get the best quality. I wouldn't do that for my clients. If I do something simple like a testimonial or something like that. But if it's going to be, a really cool promotional video, or a hype video, something like that, I'm going to hire a team to do that. And basically whatever they charge me, I'm going to work out the best deal. And I'm either going to, break even on the video production cost or shooting costs, and then I'll make my money on the editing side, or I'll just break even on the production costs, or they'll charge less, enough to where I can basically upcharge on the video costs and make money on video and editing. It's kind of how that works. So that's basically it. I mean, that is a complete guide to pricing. It should not be any more complicated than that, guys. If you're having a harder time than that, then you're overthinking it way too much. I mean, there really shouldn't be that much to consider. Really just take into consideration how much time it's going to take you to finish it, how much it costs you to get that job done, and then, you know, what profit margin you need to make to be profitable for that job really is what you need to, you know, focus on. So that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to let you guys know really quick before I get out of here, we are doing something really cool at Serial Entrepreneur Academy. We are launching or relaunching our monthly mentorship program. So we did a test of the monthly mentorship program. It was decent, wasn't what I wanted it to be. We've done a whole overhaul of it, and we're doing a whole new setup. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 live videos on our Facebook group every week. Okay? Or sorry, 4 live videos on our Facebook group every month, not every week. 1 a week, 1 video a week. And this training will be anywhere from 20 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour long. And what we'll do is we'll go on live. You guys can hop on, ask me questions. We can give feedback, all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to save that video, download it to a file, or upload it to a file. And then you guys will have access to download it for life. You'll have all of this video content that you'll be able to save and keep that teaches you how to do all this stuff for digital marketing for life. So the program costs about $100 a month. We might be running a promotional sale for 50% off your first month. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Outside of that, guys, all of our descriptions, our free training, our free content, all of that is listed in the description below, plus our social media channels are down there. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, concerns, or if you just want some free training, hit those buttons and those links down there, and I promise you, you won't regret it. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope this was enjoyable for you. If it was, leave a like and a comment below and let me know, you know, again, what is something that you're struggling with or any questions that you have about pricing your services. So until next time, guys, Serial Entrepreneur out. Ready to start living the 6-figure work wherever, be your own boss lifestyle? Well, at Serial Entrepreneur Academy, we'll teach you how to use a laptop and internet to start your own social media and digital marketing agency. Get started with our free Facebook ads training. Links in the description below, guys. See you in the course. Serial Entrepreneur out.